Damn, it's been a couple of years since I've uploaded on this channel. Well, I wanted to put this one here because honestly I kind of was worried that, not that I was worried because I don't have a lot of care about other people's opinions of what I do with my life, but I also try to do my best to not intentionally irritate or whatever word you want to use other people as well. So I decided to put this on this channel. I know it's going to get a lot less views, and that's fine. It has nothing to do with RV transport or anything close to it, so here we are. Anyway, 2.5 years ago, met my wife and met her kids, and I've kind of grown to love those little guys. And there's been a lot of talk throughout that time between me and the boys that, you know, I should learn how to hunt. And I have no issue with firearms. You guys all know that. Well, I would assume you know that if you're watching this channel. But I've never had a desire to go hunting. I didn't have an issue with it. I didn't care. It just wasn't on my to-do list, you know what I mean? And I told the kids, you know, yeah, someday we will. Well, 2 weeks ago, they received information that their father was not going to be able to make it up here to take them hunting because he's moved across the country. So I said, okay, well, when's opening day? And they told me, which is now, as the time of recording, tomorrow. So they gave me about 2 weeks. Got my hunting license, went through hunter safety, got a deer tag, got the kids' tags, got us rifles, got them zeroed, got all the equipment we need. As far as, you know, like we had camping stuff, but there's a lot of specific items we didn't have, so got all that, got everything put together, got the truck packed, and in about 10 minutes, you know, because there's a watch there, we are hopping into this truck, driving a few hours, and I'm going to have my first experience hunting. We'll see what I can record and how I can turn it into a video and whatever's going to happen. And kind of take it all from there. But I'm going to go in, finish up, round up the kids, any last minute things that we may have missed, whatever. Get things ready to go, hop in the truck, and I'll see you guys up in the hills. All right, so we made it out here. Got camp set up. We went about 14-15 miles up the mountain. Found a bunch of really cool spots, but they were surrounded by private property, no trespassing. Don't want to be that guy. So came back down here to a place where they've camped many times, but went a little deeper into the woods than they've ever gone, and kind of digging this place. I mean, we've got the big river right there, a little side creek right here, another little side creek. We can get down into the water. It's moving. It's not stagnant. We can wash dishes. We can wash our face. You know, whatever. Anyway, just figured I'd get you guys a little catch up, and tomorrow morning we're up and at it. I don't know if I'll film anything up on the mountain. We'll see. But for now, I'm going to spend some time with the kids, and I'll see you all tomorrow. All right. So we didn't get to film anything yesterday. We were doing the scouting and hunting at the same time, which is not ideal. I know that. But like I said, this was a very last minute trip because of certain circumstances. So we were trying to scout out places up where the boys had been, and then just kind of pair that with a little bit of knowledge I've been able to gather up over the last couple weeks, which isn't much, but it's something. And we've had a bunch of signs, some really good signs. And we think weather will drive them back to those spots tomorrow, so that's where we're going to go tomorrow. But for today, we had a couple spots planned out, and showing up respectively 45 and 30 minutes before first light, there was already people at both of them. So we ended up right here. We've already worked a draw up the other side of there only because we saw a deer. And it wasn't quite first light, so we stalked her for a while because the boys can shoot does because they were under 18. And ended up losing her right before first light. So there was several hunters in that area, and we didn't want to be on top of a bunch of other people. Scouted, drove around, found this spot, and it's got good terrain features to work with, so we're gonna give it a shot for a while. Hopefully it doesn't get overrun with people like everywhere else we've been so far today. The next spot we're going tomorrow, I know, is not going to be overrun because it takes about an hour to hike in there, so we'll be fine. All right, I'll catch up with you guys at a later point. All right, so as soon as I turned the camera off for the last clip, heard a gunshot. And by the time I got my camera in my pocket, I saw a deer come up over the ridge, called the boys down to where I was because it was a doe, and I only have well, they call it antlered animal tag, not a buck tag. By the time they got down, that one had taken off down the ridge, and they sat there, or we sat there for another 5-10 minutes, and here comes one just getting it up over the ridge. And we hung out for a while, hoping we might see some more. And then from the left side, 2 more hunters were working up the draw, and then a couple guys came up over behind us and were right next to us. And at that point we went, okay, if they've pushed everything up the draw, there's no point in staying down here. So we moved on, went and checked out 2 more places, spent a couple hours in each of them, and no luck. But still having a good time. So I'm not upset. You know, if we get some deer, great. If we don't, I still had a great experience. So we'll kind of figure that out as we go. Got 2 possibilities for tomorrow. And then, like I said, it's supposed to snow tomorrow. So we'll see how that affects things. Depending how much snow will kind of dictate where we go. For a couple different reasons. The terrain to get to one of them is pretty bad, and if it's covered in snow, it's gonna be worse. Might be worth pushing up to that one anyway, because that's where we saw the best and most of all the signs. But it's at a high enough elevation that I don't know if the cold would push them up into it. I don't know. We'll kind of figure it out. Anyway, we've got 2 solid points we're gonna go check tomorrow. Dinner's almost done. Just hanging out here with the boys, having a great time. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. And just like that, camp is packed up. We went out, hit the first spot we were looking at, and sat there for a while. And we knew it was supposed to snow, but it started coming in pretty heavy. And with everything being last minute, kind of on a budget with what I was able to get together, we didn't have the right equipment to be in that kind of snow. We had this. And the boys were getting kind of cold. Don't get me wrong, I was a little miserable myself. So we decided to come home, besides that, by the time we get home, it'll be like 4 or 5. No, it'll be close to 6, I think. And they got school in the morning, and it'll be Monday tomorrow, and I'm hoping to get back to work, so I got to do laundry and get the truck ready to go and get back on the road. So with that, I'm out of here. I appreciate you guys checking out this video. I know it wasn't super informative, but again, this is just kind of me sharing my life with you. So now the 2.5 hour drive home, and I'll see you guys in the next one.